Yes, well, I'm back again, and it's time for Ataku's reactions again. And today, what we're doing is going back to the annual Ranger team-ups, and this time it's Epic Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, episodes 20 and 21, Once a Ranger, part 1 and 2. So, yes, this is the 15th anniversary team-up, 5 years after Wild Force, so this is sort of the least favourite team up by a lot of people. I like it. It certainly isn't one of my all-time favourite ones because it is quite a letdown in many ways. I'll discuss it a bit more about reasons why I agree that I think it's probably certainly one of the worst team-ups. I think certainly those since then there have been ones that haven't been as good. So for now, we'll sit back, relax, and enjoy. So we start with the Operation Overdrive theme song. A different type of theme song, really. Just it's a rap theme tune, which is good. So we open in San Angeles. Yes, outside a museum. And it looks like Camdor, Veratrix, and the monster have gone to the museum to steal a ruby, which apparently is very valuable. And they're intercepted by the Overdrive Rangers. Will single-handedly taking down Camdor. Miratrix is fighting Dax. I like kind of the whole rival thing between Dax and Miratrix, considering how she was introduced was she fooled Dax into dating her to get hold of the scroll. And then we cut to Florious's hideout with Norg sliding down into the snow cave. It looks like there seems to be some kind of device left there for Florius, with very familiar looking torso design on it. And it turns out it's a message telling Florius that this supposed villain can help him get the Corona Aurora jewels. Now we cut back to the museum with Miratrix and Camdor, and it looks like they've now got one of those devices too. And it looks like there's a portal inside the devices as well to transport them to this person against their will, since they'll likely refuse. And it looks like all the villains have got them. And plus we meet the villain for the two-parter.
It was I who invited you. Thank you all for coming. I
So yes, this supposed monster is called Thrax. So Thrax says, like Meltor and Florius, he was also imprisoned long ago by the Sentinel Knight. Oh yes, and he was imprisoned in a dumpster. So, I wonder who this might. I wonder what connections he's got. And now eventually he grew strong enough to break free of the dumpster on his own, showing he has a very familiar looking staff. I would have thought supposedly all of them together, yes, the Fear Cats, Candor and Miratrix, Mortor and Florius, and them all together would be a match for the Rangers. So he's proposing a temporary alliance, since they all can't stand each other and all want the same thing, for them all to come together to defeat the Rangers. So now we cut to the Hartford mansion. And the Rangers are talking about how life was supposedly before Operation Overdrive.
Come on, you guys are forgetting the best part about being a Ranger. Saving the world.
So yes, it turns out that Thrax is the son of Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed. So now we have the Evil Alliance together, and of course they are intercepted now by the Rangers. And he's holding his dad's staff. So yeah, Thrax has Zed's staff. So it looks like they are somewhat of a match for the Rangers altogether. So this battle scene isn't actually too bad, I will admit, yeah. And yet we haven't even got to the team up part yet, so... Oh, so Rose has now appeared in her Zord to help take down all the monsters, the Alliance and the Chillers and Lava Lilies. I know what this is referred to, these explosions behind the Rangers when they get blasted is referred to as the Kalish explosions, as this is the so-called Kalish era. Yes, according to Linkara, yes, Mystic Force Operation Overdrive and Jungle Fury were his three big seasons. So they're all combining their powers, the Alliance of Evil. You can see And we actually get a physical representation of something, and now that they've been blasted and their morphers are all damaged.
I've severed your connection to the universal morphing grid.
Yeah, so it turns out the energy field we saw was actually the morphing grid. We've never actually seen what it looks like before, so so that was actually quite a clever plot point, I think, is to show us what the morphing grid actually looks like. So it hasn't been, the morphing grid itself hasn't been mentioned since Dino Thunder, with the whole thing with Trent and the White Ranger clone. And so the Sentinel Knights teleported them to safety since they don't have their powers anymore.
The remaining jewels are unprotected. I must do something.
Wait, where does that leave us?
Powerless. Can you look at all yet, Dad? No. This tear in the grid has cut off all access to your ranger powers.
Even our most sophisticated repair program can't fix it.
Then it's over. We're not Power Rangers anymore. I don't believe it.
The evil alliance has wasted no time in searching for the remaining jewels. There are reports of attacks coming in from all over the world.
And it's only a matter of time before they come here.
So it looks like the United Alliance of Evil is wasting no time, since Spencer, who's Hartford's butler, is getting reports of attacks from all over the world.
That's right. You have to try.
So the Rangers have decided to go and combat the villains in civilian form, since they do have the civilian powers. So
One of the most legendary temples on Earth.
I like the way you think.
Yes!
So now we have cut to Camdor and Mig outside near a stone sculpture. Rangers are driving up in all their vehicles. And it looks like they still have some hand-aid weapons they can use. Well, at least we get to see some of the good old-fashioned unmoored fights for a while. And then Tyson uses his Mercury abilities to try and tackle Mick. But no, Mick just blasts him down. And Rose uses her powers of invisibility to try and sneak up on him. Max picked up the Overdrive car, so I think he was going to try and throw it on him, Mick, but and here comes Ronnie on her bike. And Dax as well. There's Will on his quad bike, trying to tackle Camdor. Oh no, Dax is on the quad bike, I couldn't see right because they've got their helmets on. I'm only using her super speed to dodge Camdor's attacks. But no more Kalish Blast to knock them out. Now Will on his motorcycle. So it looks like they have the Rangers down for the count. Oh no, but Mick suddenly caught in a vine. Oh, and it's Xander. Oh, I'm surprised. It is Xander, the Green Mystic Force Ranger, comes to the rescue. So now we have the SPD Red Ranger is also accompanying him. Mick's broken three of the vine. Oh, and it looks like there's Kira, the Yellow Dino Thunder Ranger. And fourth is Tori, Ninja Storm Blue. Well, who's the fifth one gonna be? Oh, holding a very familiar looking weapon, the Power Axe. And yes, Mighty Morphin Black. But not using the original Power Rangers theme.
Looks like you guys could use a little help.
And yeah, I can tell definitely that it's Adam.
Who are they?
I don't know, but I like the suits.
They're Power Rangers.
Trunks didn't tell us there would be more Rangers.
Maybe he's not such a great leader after all.
Power down.
Kind of odd, I think, since Thrax couldn't have anticipated that they might summon some past Rangers if the current Rangers were cut off, but so as they all turn around to reveal themselves to the Overdrive Rangers, everyone looks pretty amazed.
Whoever you are, we're glad to help. Is anyone else confused here?
I will answer all of your questions.
Now, it looks like apparently something else that's been pointed out is that there is no sixth Ranger, unfortunately, so there's no one to partner with Tyzon. It's a shame, really, because Tyzon's not a bad sixth Ranger, and they could have had a sixth Ranger. I think I'd have gone for Eric.
But I will be.
Quantum Ranger from the Time Force would be good.
In the future,
See him
I'm gonna be
again.
the Green Ranger.
It looks like now the SPD Red Ranger is actually Bridge, so he was promoted from green to blue, then blue to red.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, long story short, our mentor, who's a dog, got promoted to head of SPD, which used to be run by a bird, but he retired and went down to Miami, and then Sky got promoted, and I got promoted, and
So it looks like, since what's happened in the future is that Commander Kruger was promoted to head of SPD,
in any case,
Fowler Birdie retired, then Kruger retired, and then Sky got promoted from Red Ranger to head of SPD, and that means Bridge is now promoted to Red Ranger.
I was able to channel some of my remaining energy to restore their
So the Sentinel Knights appeared and explaining how he's recruited these 5 past Rangers.
As the guardian of the jewels, it is my duty to see that they are protected. That's why I've chosen Adam, Bridge, Xander, Tori, and Kira to replace you as the new team of Power Rangers.
He's talking about, it says he actually wants to replace the Overdrive Rangers, since
It's really great.
he doesn't have enough energy to also restore the Overdrive Rangers' powers. So
these new guys take a heat for a while.
Stop. New team of Power Rangers. Save ancient monument.
Anyway, those Zords are unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't wait to get in the cockpit of that gyro driver. What an incredible command center. Dr. Holden wants to see that. Seems like you're all
So, yes, Kira has just mentioned that Tommy would have loved the command center, and Adam's surprised to hear that Tommy's now an actual paleontologist.
back to action in no time.
Yeah, we're just pinch hitting for you till you get your powers back.
It's time for your medication.
Come on, Ranger.
Please ignore that. That's just my alarm clock that's just gone.
Time for your medication. I for one have better things to do than sit around here and do nothing.
So the Overdrive Rangers are now not sure of what to do since they won't be of much use. So there's Adam coming in on the hovercraft cycle. I'll say I think I prefer the chillers to the lava lizards. I know obviously the lava lizards are supposed to be more menacing since they're the fire villains, well the fire henchmen, but I'd say I think the chillers. They look a bit better. They're kind of a bit resemblant of the putties. That's why I like them. I think they look a bit resemblant of the putty patrol. So they're engaging Flurious. So after a very short battle, Flurious retreats, and we cut back to the Hartford lab with Adam and Mr. Hartford.
I've dealt with Rita and Zed before. Seems like Drax has inherited their worst parts. He severed the Overdrive ranger's connection to the morphing grid. I reinforced it so we can't cut off your powers as well. I just don't have the technology to repair the damage it's done.
So Mr. Hartford is keen to still restore the Operation Overdrive powers and repair the damage to the morphing grid, but unfortunately he's missing the necessary technology when Adam's now revealed who might be able to fix the tear in the grid. Now we cut back to the villain's lair. And clearly the villains are not happy that another team of Rangers has shown up. So Thrax has now got a monster called Is it Voltrus? Yeah, Voltrus, I think he said.
Mr. Hartford, you know how much we've loved being part of Operation Overdrive. It's been an incredible experience.
But now that you've got
So the six Overdrive Rangers are now having a meeting with Hartford
Our mission isn't over.
and explaining that they would like to leave, apparently, because they feel they aren't needed anymore, but Hartford would still very much like them to stay by the looks
so
of
we
it.
feel that you have everything handled here. We talked about it. And we'd like to go back to our normal lives.
You feel this way too? I'm not going anywhere, Dad, but I don't think there's much I can do to help. Sure, this is what you want. Yes, we are. We've decided to leave Operation Overdrive.
So that's the end of part 1. So the Rangers have supposedly left now Operation Overdrive. I think that might have been a mistake. Right, so ready for episode 21. Shut up. Sorry, I'm talking to my alarm now. So yeah, now part 2. Cut to the villain's lair. It looks like Thrax is currently nowhere to be seen. And the 5 main villains are starting to become suspicious of Thrax. And now it appears we're in a warehouse in Angel Grove with the new team. And Bridge is using his ability to read auras to see, and has detected some chillers ready to ambush them. And Xander's gone back to his plan. Xander trying to talk things over before fighting, but clearly, just like before, it wouldn't work. So now in civilian form, fighting the chillers using the theme songs. It is good to hear a mix of the theme songs again, since the 4 of the team are Disney era Rangers. So Xander's got his using his mystic wand to use his root powers to tie up the chillers, and now Tori's fighting. Yeah, Tori is a good fighter. I think she's one of what I like her as one of the female rangers as being the first female Blue Ranger. She uses her ninja water powers to wash away the chillers. That's actually good. Yeah, here's Adam with his new theme song. I suppose for reasons of copyright they probably couldn't use the original Mighty Morphin theme song, which is a shame. That would have been something that could have made it all quite a bit more entertaining if they were able to use it. I don't know why, since Disney did own the rights to Power Rangers at this point, but take what we get, eh?
Maybe old school, but still gets the job done.
So there's a crate in the warehouse with a very familiar looking logo on it.
Sure this can help?
Never let me down before.
So Mac is now mopping up, or sweeping up in the lab. He's been demoted to a cleaner. and the Sentinel Knights now showed up to engage him.
Yeah, but what good's being in Power Rangers if you don't have any power?
As long as you keep fighting for what's right, you'll always have.
So the Sentinel Knight reminds Mac that
Drax mean when he said he knew
that as long as they keep fighting, they will always have power, whether or not they have their Ranger powers or not. So clearly, this is an idea to get the Operation Overdrive Rangers back.
Why don't we go get it first?
No.
And he's telling Mac of a power source he thinks that that Thrax is also after,
I must rest.
that they could use to help defeat it, that could be used to defeat him. So we got to Morocco, where Ronnie's now back as a racing driver, and Auckland in New Zealand. Considering this is where this is filmed, this is it's a bit odd, but yeah. Dax is now working as a stuntman again.
You guys seriously need to upgrade your security system.
And Will's gone back to
It's gonna get stolen again.
now instead of breaking into vaults, he's now helping banks to upgrade security systems, and Tyson is just walking around somewhere. I expect he's searching for his girlfriend that we don't know about yet. And Rose has gone back to lecturing. And Max shown at the university.
Good to see you too. I'm here for something really important. What do you know about Sword Code Excelsior?
There's a book all about it in our library.
So apparently this weapon the Sentinel Knight was talking about was a sword called Excelsior, where there happens to be a book about it in a library in a university in London. So now Mac's in a forest, supposedly where this sword is.
Next time, Mac, just keep your mouth shut. This'll do.
Max found a bone. He's going to tie to a vine to climb up a cliff. And he found the bone of a deceased creature. And yeah, it turns out there's a statue holding the sword Excelsior. Oh, but it looks like Thrax has beat him to it. Oh, so it turns out, yeah, Thrax has been keeping an eye on Mac, so that he'll lead him straight to Excelsior. And Dax has come to the rescue with the other Rangers.
So I called them.
Looks like Rose re-recruited the other Rangers. Oh, and it turns out what was in the crate was actually Alpha.
Got a lot of catching up to do. This is Andrew Hartford. He's the one who reactivated you. Hello, Alpha. Rangers are in big trouble.
Yeah, this voice for Alpha, yeah, I think this has been one of the big complaints about the series as well, since they couldn't get one of the original voice actors, either from Alpha 5 or Alpha 6, preferably the Alpha 6 in Power Rangers in Space, since the Turbo voice is ridiculous. Yeah, yo yo yo. So we cut now to back to the Sword Excelsior with the statue. And it turns out Thrax can't release it because the warrior goddess who's guarding it can only decide who gets it. And he tries to destroy the statue. And then he decides to take out his anger and destroy the entire planet, clearly forgetting that there are other Rangers. Yeah, it sounds a bit more like the original Alpha 5 voice, but... So Alpha's now teleported into the grid, and all the Rangers are now back. And Thrax's monster has now grown and is attacking San Angeles. While the Operation Overdrive Rangers are trying to free the sword. It's kind of a bit of a reminiscent scene from the power transfer back in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 when they tried to get the sword of power off that statue from the planet to do the power transfer. So they're about to give up when Mac remembers what the Sentinel Knight told him again.
No, I'm not done without the sword.
So yeah, they're all going to try and pull it together. I think this might work. And now it looks like the statue of the warrior goddess has come to life. Who I swear resembles Udonna. Yes, Udonna from Mystic Force. I don't know if that's her actress. I can't be sure. But... So yes, now the Rangers have the sword. So we cut to Alpha inside the morphing grid. Some rather not very good special effects, but hey, it is Power Rangers. So now the Rangers are in the Megazord. I said this is one thing that's good, is seeing, you know, a team of past Rangers inside the current team's Megazord. You know, using the Zords in this series is actually good. I mean, as I said in my previous one I did in Trakeena's Revenge, yes, I think the only two that did Megazord fights team-ups were the Lost Galaxy team-up and Trakeena's Revenge, but no, I seem to have forgotten about this one. And Mac has used his super strength to jump up and slice the monster right down the middle with the sword. So now that Mac has given the sword to the Sentinel Knight, which restores the Sentinel Knight from spiritual form to his solid form.
I never knew it had the power to restore me as well.
Mr. Hartford, we were wrong to leave.
And we'd like to come back and do anything you need us to do. Welcome back to the team.
So it turns out Mr. Hartford is happy and has no hard feelings about them originally leaving. And Alpha's now at the group. So it turns out, yes, this Alpha is actually Alpha 6. And the morphing grid is now repaired. Yes, Vulturus.
One thing I learned about the Power Rangers: always have a plan B.
So it turns out, yes, the monster is Vulturous. The monster is actually still alive, and Florius has used some kind of device to restore him and make him more powerful.
Ready for action? You know it.
So it looks like it's time to finally have the big team up battle as the past team hands the Overdrive Rangers back their morphers. So yes, once again in a rock quarry, which is a common thing I think for these Disney Ranger team ups. So first we get to see Adam morph. Now Tori. Of course, Adam's morph is a completely new sequence, not the original. Whilst the others just get their original morphs. Well, save for Bridge, because he's never had a Red Ranger morphing sequence before. And now, the Overdrive Rangers ready to morph into Overdrive. Oh yeah, you get the typical multicoloured explosions that happen when they morph. There's another tradition in the team ups. So Adam is fighting Thrax. Yeah, it kind of fits. Seeing Adam with his old power axe and Thrax with Z stuff. While Mac and Bridge are taking on Florius. Clearly they won't be in Battleizer mode as Mac doesn't have his Battleizer yet. So you got Xander, Dax and Will taking on the Fear Cats, and Xander's using the good old Mystic Force fighters. So you got Ronnie and Kira taking on Campbell and Neotrix. So you got Moltor and Rose and Tori. And Tyzon's single-handedly taking on Vulture since he doesn't have a 6-Ranger partner, unfortunately. And seriously, it's a shame. I'm trying to think. I know Lightspeed Rescue brings back all 6 Lightspeed Rangers. Yeah, and the Time Force. And the Time Force. No, the Wild Force team up does as well. Yeah. That's one we're yet to do. So now, Adam is actually using the Operation Overdrive Power Vest, which is quite cool. We had to see the original suit with one of the current Rangers' weapons on it. So, Adam's able to take Thrax down with a single-handed with a single-handed blow from the power axe after proving just how powerful he is. And a single cut from Tyzon's drive detector destroys the Vulture-S monster. So yes, Adam's still fighting up Thrax, but now the Sentinel Knight now can take his physical form, which actually forms from the sword Excelsior, and has now come to assist Adam.
That can never happen. Excelsior is a part of me now.
So the Sentinel Knight is the one to actually defeat Thrax, which is a shame that all the Rangers together couldn't just blast him and defeat him. But so yeah, we do get the annual team up blast. Yeah, all the weapons are combined, and it simply knocks all the villains down with a victory explosion. So it seems like the alliance is now over, and they're all going to go their separate ways to compete with each other to find the jewels again. So back to the Hartford mansion.
Yeah, we're really gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you guys too.
Your toast, Master Bridge.
Oh, so Spencer's bought Bridge a huge platter full of buttery toast.
Sorry, Hanson. Custom surfboards. Impressive. And guys, feel free anytime to drop into the rock forum. I'll give you a 10% discount. We laugh.
And I'm gonna come see you guys. I'll bring you my CD that I'm working on.
So, are you ready to head back to Angel Grove? I could use some help from my dojo.
Oh, why can't Alpha just stay behind and help? He could be a big help to Hartford and the Rangers. So yeah, the whole secret hand, the whole Power Rangers thing they used to do at the end of Mighty Morphin. So that's the end of that. Right. Okay, so that was Power Rangers Operation Overdrive's team up, Once a Ranger. Now, as I said, it's what people say about it is the one sort of redeeming thing about Operation Overdrive as a series, and I do kind of agree. It is the best part of the show because the rest of the season, really wasn't that good. I admit it's not a bad team up, and it's unique in ways, such as having the old Rangers be a team made up of 5 different Rangers from the past. But the only thing is, it's like there's the 4 of them are from just the most recent seasons, and then you've got, of course, the redeeming thing is Adam as MMPR Black. I can understand sort of I can understand that this must have been a very, very expensive team up to make, since it clearly doesn't use any Sentai footage. And yeah, it would have been very expensive to shoot all this original footage using, using the old Rangers in the new Zords and using the Overdrive Rangers gear, and that kind of is cool. But as I say, its story arc is not the best. Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see Thrax be introduced. That Rita and Zed did actually have a child, because there was a reference way back in Mighty Morphin Season 3 during the return of the Green Ranger 3-parter, where Lord Zed says to Rita, "Let's go and have a baby, our own little bundle of evil." So it's nice to see. I think that they probably added Thrax in maybe as a continuity. Yeah, as a bit of a continuity plot from there. And yeah, I will admit that it's not rushed. It's not a rushed story arc. But the main problem with it is that the supporting Rangers seriously overshadow the Overdrive Rangers, and that I think is a problem with a lot of team ups in comics, as Linkara said. As in this, is that you do get this where you have team ups and guest appearances. Is that the guest characters overshadow the main characters, and yes, the whole idea and the whole thing about the Overdrive Rangers losing their powers and the new team having to step in for them is, I think, where the problem lies. But I think you can see that's obviously probably down to cost measures for the 2-parter. So just one theory that I'm aware of that's come since this team up came out is that there was, rather than the Power Rangers Turbo or Power Rangers movie, there was going to be an official proper ending to Zeo. I think it was called Scorpion Reign, and the whole reason why at the end of Zeo, when Red and Zed and Rita didn't come back to Earth after defeating the Machine Empire, is because they decided to go off and have their baby, which is obviously Thrax, is what I've heard. Okay, so on the whole, I still enjoy it. I do remember seeing it in 2007. I was a bit older then. I was still watching the show, and I still do watch the show now. So by far it's not the best team up. I don't know, to be honest, which one to say is the worst. But we've still got many to do. So so that was Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, episodes 20 and 21, Once a Ranger, parts 1 and 2. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. You're all awesome. See you soon.